Hello, everybody. Viklasthemad here. Uh, this week, just want to talk to you about a few things while I'm just derping around here on Minecraft. Um, First of all, you probably noticed since the first Minecraft video back on Monday that a lot of things have changed. And you're going to see some of this in the next video that comes out when it comes out, which is going to be a little bit sooner than what you might expect, but we'll get to that later. Um, And if you hear me pausing a lot during this, I've got a very dry mouth right now, and I'm trying to take care of that. Um, but yeah, um, so we're gonna just go out and oh, I don't know why I hit that button again. We're gonna go out and we're gonna go fishing. Have my sword equipped when we come out here. I've really lit this area up, but I'm still creeper shy after well, the incident that made that hole over there, which I believe I got recorded. I think it's on the second video. Anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna hop in our boat here and go fishing. So before I do, real quick here, I want to check my talking points and see what topics we're going to talk about. It looks like the first thing that we're going to talk about, as it just so happens, is Minecraft. What has been going on Minecraft? What have I been up to? What are the interesting bits of news? Well, since recording both the first and second video, 1.9 has officially hit. And oh boy, are there a lot of changes. First of all, you'll notice down in the bottom right-hand corner the subtitles for all the sound effects that you can hear. I actually find that kind of handy because if I'm working on something where there are a lot of noises and I can't necessarily hear all of them, I'll be able to notice, like, say it's raining and I don't hear the creeper hiss as it's about to explode next to me. I'll notice that. Oh yeah, I gotta empty my inventory. Hopefully that doesn't despawn. I'm not gonna try to dock right now. I'm just gonna hit the beach. Bam. All right. So, I'm trying to offload this stuff before that disappears. Um, but yeah, a lot of stuff has changed. I think most of it is positive changes. Um, I don't really think that there are any seriously negative changes, but the new combat is getting difficult to is difficult to get used to. That's what I'm trying to say there. Um, yeah, put that in there for now. And I missed a rotten flesh. There we go. Drop off some of these tools and drop off the fish. But yeah, the 1.9 update, overall, I like it. A lot of things have happened, like I said earlier, in the base, and a lot of this work has happened off camera because it was boring. If I thought it was boring, then it's not worth putting on. But we've updated all the doors to iron doors just because it forces me to hit the buttons to open the doors, and that way I won't leave them open. Excuse me a moment. Had a big sneeze there. Didn't want to catch that on camera, or well, on the audio, I guess I should say. I need to change that. That should be stone. But anyway, to get back out there and get that, oh man, how am I going to find it? Oof. I need to find that saddle before it despawns, but I don't remember. I don't know exactly where I was. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to keep talking while I'm doing this. I was about here. So, time to dive. Whee! It's very, very dark down here. And I don't have anything that lets me breathe underwater. I can kind of see the bottom better when I'm at the surface. So, well, this is not turning out at all like I wanted it to. This is just turning into another Minecraft video, isn't it? Is that it? Nope. I think it's gone. Well, that's okay. I've got plenty of saddles as it stands. It just would have been nice to have that one. So, but that's all right. So, I was going to fish while we talk. So, I'm going to start that. I need to back away from that sandy island over there. If anything spawns on it, I don't want it to be able to come over here and harass me. So, I need to be out of range of anything that might spawn on the land. So, right. Like I said, a lot of changes have occurred. I've got, oh, one of my trees grew. Or was that already there? I can't remember. I planted a bunch of trees and I can't remember where I planted them. But yeah, got a boat dock here at the back now, and we've got a bunch of stuff out front. Big overhang over the sheep and cows. Yes, there are sheep and cows out there. We've got a what I call a creeper buffer wall out there. Oh, and I've got a stable for my horse. So, which you'll in the second video, the second official Minecraft video, you'll get to see the horse, and there'll be some stuff about that. So, yeah, I gotta take care of a couple of things real quick. Okay, so where were we? I can't remember what the next thing was. Oh yes, World of Tanks and World of Warships. As you saw this week, had a handful of replays from my buddy Mechmerk. And by the by, I saw that he subscribed, so hi. Oh, about to catch something. Fish. I hope you enjoyed those, and I hope that seeing those will encourage anybody who is watching these videos and plays World of Warships or World of Tanks themselves to send in some stuff. You know, I want to have want to show off more than just my crappy gameplay because I make no bones about it, and I have no self-illusions that I'm not that great of a player. But I just, it's something to do, and yeah, it's nice to watch the videos of all those really great players out there who seem like they never lose and they never get killed and all that. But occasionally you just want to see what goes on for the average player, and of course, I show you the games that I have that are good. I don't show you all of the garbage games that I have, like my Type 95 games. I'm grinding through the Type 95 right now to get to the OI Experimental. I don't show you those because they're awful. They are the worst. And just to get the daily double in that thing, I usually have to play somewhere around 5 to 7 games in it, because not only is tank crap, but I have the absolute worst luck in it, and I keep getting just absolutely horrid teams. I missed that one. Horrid teams when I play it. So yeah, I'm not going to show you those because they're no fun. Although someday I might make a just a little compilation of set to music, which will be uh, public domain music, of course, because the copyright stuff is still an issue. Um, but yeah, because if you give the way YouTube is set up, I'm going to talk about that for a little bit here. Um, the way YouTube has all that set up is if you give the credit in your video description or in a caption on the video itself or something like that, you give credit to the creator of the copyrighted material, it is acceptable. That's the way it's supposed to work. Get out of here, Squid. I have to take care of him. Um, but that's the way it's supposed to work on paper. In practice, that's not the case. I gave credit just in case um, for a piece of music that I used and was copyright flagged still for, and that's beyond annoying. When the way that the system is supposed to be set up, it doesn't it doesn't even work the way it's supposed to on paper. They tell you to do a thing so that that won't happen. You do that thing, and it happens, and that's a failure in the system. So, but anyway, um, all music that I use now is thoroughly researched to make absolutely sure that it is in the public domain and that no one holds a copyright on it. So I don't run into that kind of problem anymore. That or the music that I used for the intro uh, for the Minecraft videos, and in the second video, I've used a lot of this same person's music in um, kind of time lapse sections. Um, that music was specifically created by its creator for the purpose of using it in the way that I've used it, and all they ask for in their channel is to give the credit to them for the use of their music. It's because it's a great way to get attention to your content, to your created works. So, that being said, credit is given. So, um, but yeah, the World of Tanks and World of Warships stuff. This week's World of Warships video almost didn't happen. I had a bunch of really, really great battles that I had that were, I thought, recorded. But Bandicam had a hissy fit, and for some reason, it missed the first time that I hit the hotkey to record. And so the second time I hit the hotkey, which was to stop recording, it started recording. So all I got was uh, me clicking out of the post battle results screens and goofing around in my port. There was no actual gameplay recorded, and I panicked. So I had to, on the night where I was going to put the video together, which is when I discovered this, put the video together, save it, upload it. I had to rush out real quick onto World of Warships, which I'd already played earlier in the day and had several pretty good battles that I didn't record because I thought I had content ready to go. I had to go and have a bunch more battles and record those and hope that Bandicam was recording properly this time. And as you could see yesterday, if you saw the video that came out yesterday, it did work. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of success. I didn't have the level of success that I wish that I had been able to show you, that I had originally planned on showing. Um, but I still had two very successful battles that were, in my opinion, very nice looking. One of which I was ranked at the top of my team, and I had a lot of fun in both battles. I also showed you, speaking of enchanted fishing pole, Unbreaking 3. That'll go good on the Unbreaking 3 I already have. And make it Unbreaking 4. I think that's a thing. Anyway, I'll have to check that out on the anvil later. Um, but anyway, yeah. It was interesting. But yeah, I showed you the battle with or the end result anyway of the battle in the Kawachi, where I got my rear end handed to me. Um, so yeah, I mean that was the highlight, in air quotes, of that battle. Really, everything else was just ranging shots and maneuvers, trying to get into a good position, and watching on the minimap as my pretty much my entire team completely abandoned me to my fate, and all went up around the other side. Um, where, as it turns out, they too all got killed because that came out as a loss. And I didn't even bother going and looking at the battle results after the fact, because what's the point? Um, so yeah, yesterday I also hit level 10 on my profile on World of Warships. So I got a free day of premium, which I am currently wasting right now, sitting here doing this. But that's okay. I'm not really concerned about it. All it is a little bit more experience and a little bit more credits, and I'm not worried about it. Although maybe I should be, because I am credit grinding right now to get the Phoenix. Although I don't have any space in my port for it, so not that big a deal. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do a real quick cut here. Okay, so the next thing is board games and card games. I may have mentioned at some point in the past, probably at the very beginning of this channel. If I can dock here, that would be nice. The boats are very sturdy now. See, I can slam right into the solid ground here, and it doesn't break the boat. Um, which I've done this with a very high velocity, and it's still it doesn't damage them. Um, and when you break them, which I'll show you here real quick, that's it. That's all it does. It just gives you the boat back. So I'm going to put that back in the water. There we go. And then I'll be ready to go for the next time. So yes, board games and card games. The only reason that I haven't done them yet on the channel was I didn't have a camera to record the gameplay with, or so I thought. Turns out my roommate has a camera that it looks like just a photo camera, but it records video as well, which is nice. And we're gonna set that up and use that for recording the card and board games gameplay. Hopefully, I'm gonna check on. I'm gonna check tomorrow while I'm not doing anything else to see if the camera actually will work and actually has good enough quality. And if it in fact does, then we'll go ahead and get started on recording some board game and card game gameplay, and start getting that up on the channel. Um, because I really would like to get started on that, and I have a lot of games that I've got plans for playing and showing you that gameplay, but I just haven't uh, been able to record. Um, so hopefully that camera works, and we'll be able to do that. Let me check something real quick, and I'll be right back. So yeah, if that does in fact work, then the first board game video will be going up next week, and the release day for those is supposed to be on Fridays. And the first game that we're going to be putting up here is going to be Carcassonne. It's a very fun board game. It's a tile laying type of game where you lay down different terrain feature tiles and try to gain points by completing and building certain types of terrains, roads, cities, fields, and monasteries, things like that. You build a basically a medieval type civilization and compete for points. So the person with the most points when the last tile is laid is the winner. So really looking forward to putting that one up there, and I'm going to try to get a good number of people to play that one with us, as there are 8. I think it's a 2 to 8 player game. The base game is 2 to 6, but I've got a multi-expansion big box, which has 2 extra colors in it. So you can have 2 more players. So if I can get 8 players, that'd be great, but I don't expect it. Um, so I should probably put that pumpkin away. But yeah, if I got 8 players, fantastic. If not, no big deal. Not that big of a concern. Just as long as I can get a handful of players. 4 would be ideal. Um, but we'll see what we get. I got a lot of tripwire hooks. Holy crap. And a lot of uncooked fish. I need to take care of that at some point. Anyway, let's see if we can do something about this fishing pole. Oh, 15, and unbreaking 3 is as high as it goes. So that fishing pole will be used for something else. Although, now that I think about it, I can fix my bow. So, board games next week, possibly Carcassonne, if that is the case. Really looking forward to that. So, I'm going to test the camera tomorrow and see if that works. So now I'd like to talk about a couple of, well, unfortunate things. There are some games that I would very much like to be able to play, and put the gameplay up on the channel. Unfortunately, the way things stand right now, I simply cannot afford these games. There's 3 games in particular that I'd really like to put up here, but I can't because I simply don't have the money for them. The first one that came to my attention that I really would like to be able to play and put that gameplay on here, door fail, is Elite Dangerous. Um, Elite Dangerous would be a lot of fun to bring to you guys, and I think you would really enjoy that. So, um, as I'm feeding the cows here, there we go. Did I get them all? I think I've got every cow that I could. Real quick check here. Yep, that's it. And I'm gonna. Do I need more sheep? Nah, I've got enough sheep. Um, but yeah, I'd like to be able to play Elite Dangerous for you. I can't. don't have the money for it. Master of Orion just came out. The what is it? The early access is out right now. The full game hasn't actually hit yet, but I'd like to be able to play that. I'd like to be able to show you gameplay of that. Um, and it's a civilization type game, and I'm really quite adept at Civ. So with it being similar to that, I think that that would be some really enjoyable gameplay to watch. So I'd really like to be able to bring that to you, but I can't because I don't have the money for it. And XCOM 2 has not been out for very long, and I'd like to be able to bring you gameplay on that as well. But again, I don't have the money. Now, this is not me, sitting here, boo-hoo, I don't have the money. If you guys would give me... No, 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 no. If you feel the urge to send me money, fine, whatever. It's very much appreciated. But I'm not asking for that. I'm not saying, woe is me. I don't have the money to play these games for you and all that. Um, it's just these are things that I'd like to be able to do. Um, Plans that I have that at this point in time are not going to come to fruition. It's not that big a deal. Um, it's these are wishes. Um, Maybe eventually it'll happen. I'm not in a rush. I mean, as a matter of fact, right now, if I were to have those games, I don't know where I'd put them. So I don't know where they would fall into the recording schedule or the release schedule. Probably some kind of weekend thing, but I don't have a lot of time to record or edit or upload on weekends because of Pathfinder. So there's that. So you may have noticed that there's one kind of gameplay that is distinctly missing from the list of games that I said I was going to be featuring on this channel. Um, that would be War Thunder and Armored Warfare. And yeah, um, due to technical difficulties, I'm not able to record those right now. Due to some software issues, I'm barely able to play Armored Warfare, and due to a hardware issue, I have the same problem with War Thunder, and it's rather unfortunate because I do enjoy um, Armored Warfare and would like to be able to show you some of that gameplay. And I do also feel that I will enjoy um, War Thunder, but I can't play it right now. Um, my my HOTUS is just being absolutely uncooperative, and I may have to get a new one or just fiddle around with the settings until I get it to work the way that it's supposed to. But I don't know. If I can get those situations taken care of, if I can get that working the way that it is supposed to work, then there is the distinct possibility that those games may in fact end up back on the recording schedule, and I might put them out there. I might put some of that gameplay out there. If I do, though, Armored Warfare, being a tank game, is going to go in place of some of the gameplay of World of Tanks, and War Thunder Ground Forces is going to go in place of World of Tanks gameplay as well. And see, this is an issue I've been having for a while now. Is the chunk rendering on Minecraft has just been absolutely terrible. And it did not start doing this until the 1.9 update hit. So I think it's got something to do with that. I think it's related to that. I'm absolutely certain that it has Nothing to do with my computer. It's not a software or hardware issue on my end. I think it's something they need to patch. So, um, also notice that I'm not able to see other players when they're mounted on their horse. Um, One of our other players, Neatra, she travels around on a horse everywhere she goes, and um, yeah, she rode up to my base one day, and all I saw was a horse, and it was weird because it was moving not like a wild horse would, and it had a saddle. So I was like, but there was no rider. I saw no rider, and there was no name over it either. So where there should have been a player name, and I didn't see that, so it wasn't there. Um, anyway, I got off topic. Yeah, Armored Warfare, War Thunder. If these come back into circulation, they're going to go in place of things that are already on the schedule. Um, so it's a kind of a sacrifice that will have to be made. But this is an if scenario, because the fact of the matter is, hang on just a second. Sorry about that. Um, the fact of the matter is, I'm not sure if I'm going to put them back into the rotation, even if I do get the issues resolved. I've got a lot going on as it is. We've got talk time. We've got it's just out of reach, isn't it? But yeah, we've got talk time. We've got Minecraft. We've got World of Tanks and World of Warships already on the schedule, and we're about to add, theoretically, we're about to add board games and card games, which I don't have a title for that segment yet, but I'll think of something before next week. Yeah, I just I don't feel that there's room in the schedule for anything like that. But I mean, well, that being said, I do have a schedule announcement, so I'm going to get to that next. So, like I said, schedule announcement. Um, I'm going to be adding a second day for Minecraft videos, um, because I get a lot done, and there's a lot that can go into the channel to show you the things that are getting done. Like today, I got a bunch of stuff done. Now I wouldn't say that this is worthy of a singular, a Minecraft specific video. This is talk time. This is just shooting the breeze and doing some stuff while we're at it. But yeah, I do have a lot of updates that happen quite often. So the next video is actually going to be released on Saturday. Saturday morning, I'm releasing the second Minecraft video. And that's going to start a trend because the schedule is now going to be updated so that Minecraft videos will be coming out on Mondays and Saturdays. So you're going to get double doses of Minecraft every week. And that's just to keep up with what goes on in the game, on my end. Because I do a lot. I mean, it's been it's been coming up on. Let's see, today is Thursday, so it's been 4 days, 5 days since I started on the realm, and I mean, this looks worlds different from the way everything looked in my first video, which went up on Monday. So clearly, I'm busy. I get a lot done in a very short amount of time. Now, there are people on our realm that get a lot more done in a lot less time, but they focus on one thing and they don't stop until that one thing is done. I nitpick at things. I find, okay, I needed to put these skylights in, so I went and I put the skylights in, and all the stone and dirt that was in between them, where you see the spruce wood planks here, that was all still there. So the ceiling was lower, and it looked very boxy, and I didn't like it. It was aesthetically hideous. So I went in and I cleared out all of the space in between, and then we were left with dirt in between the glass, and I didn't like that either. And it looked bad. So I decided to go up there and put a plank framework in, and then these walls were mostly stone, but they had sandstone and granite and andesite and diorite and gravel and cobblestone speckled in different places, and it didn't look good. So I went in and I made several stacks of smooth stone, and I went around on some scaffolding and just some dirt scaffolding that went around the edges, and took out all the dirt and the sand and the sandstone and the andesite and the diorite and the granite and the gravel and everything. Took all the junk out and put smooth stone down. So now it looks good, and it looks good from the outside too. And that was one thing that I ended up doing. And while I was doing that, I did other things. I did my farming, and I fed my animals, and I went out and did some fishing, and I did some improvement in here. If you look in here, that's all smooth or all sandstone. And we put this iron trap door here and put a lever here so that it can be moved. And I went out onto the beach and I fixed some of the holes in the sand where somebody could fall down and hurt themselves and get trapped and have to destroy my area to be able to get themselves out of it, or just stay there and starve. That would not be good. So yeah, a lot of things get done in over the course of a week, and I want to be able to show you guys that. I want to be able to, I don't want these massive leaps in progress to go on between videos. So yeah, you're gonna get twice the Minecraft now, and I hope you enjoy that. Um, that's all I've got to talk about this week. Um, I hope this status update, as it were, um, was informative. And yeah, oh, one last thing. I'm going to, on Monday, when this coming Monday's Minecraft video comes out, I'm going to publish in the video description the location of my Patreon account. Just to go ahead and put it out there. If you feel like donating anything, it's always welcome. If anybody does donate anything, let me know by giving me a comment in the most recent video, um, or send me a message on Twitter, um, send me an email, all of that. Put a message on the Facebook page. All of that stuff will be found down in the video descriptions of every single video that I put up. The viklasthemad Facebook page, the email account that I've got set up for all of this, which is not my personal email, um, the the Twitter account that I use for this, everything. It's all down in the video description of every video that I publish. So find me on there. Find me on Twitter and Facebook. Like the Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. If you like these videos, give them a like. If you really like everything you see, or even some of what you see and you want to see more of it, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything. But that's all I've got for this week on Talk Time. And won't be seeing you until Saturday when the second Minecraft video comes out. So until then, take care, folks.